Hi, I'm Amy Hannon, and nothing thrills me more than people and food. I'm a preacher's wife, a mom of 3, and I own my own specialty kitchen store. I've kept an open door and a well-stocked fridge, which means I have fed a lot of mouths over the years. So welcome to my kitchen. This is Cooking Today. Hi, welcome to Cooking Today. I'm glad you're with me in my kitchen. Today I'm making a lemony poppyseed chicken salad that's kind of loaded with all the good flavors, kind of celery, all the good things that go in chicken salad. Good, pretty red grapes, a little bit of poppy seed, making a really yummy, tangy sauce kind of dressing to go on it. And believe it or not, we're going to lighten it up just a little, because you know we like full flavor around here. But we have a fun little way that we're going to make this yummy sauce that's going to go in our chicken salad. And I just have been kind of feeling like chicken salad lately because, you know, we've had spring forward and I don't know, it just starts to feel, it's been warm. We've hardly had one winter. Can you all believe we didn't even have winter? We really didn't. It's felt like spring since January. And so I have just kind of been feeling like chicken salad, especially these days where, woo, that was almost a mess. Especially these days, you know, where the sun is out a little longer and it's been warmer. And this just kind of feels a little bit more springy and, you know, a little lighter. Plus, I love chicken salad when it's left over because it's so good the next day. Really, I would even say make it for the next day because it just sets up so well and, ooh, I just really love it. So let me tell you what we got going here real quick. So I'm just kind of eyeballing this. You can get the full measurements on our website, but I'm using Fage Greek yogurt, just the unflavored one, in place of a whole bunch of mayonnaise and a whole bunch of sour cream or cream cheese, you know, like a lot of Southerners like to put in our chicken salad. Now, we're not going to leave out mayonnaise altogether. So, I mean, come on. Did y'all really think I wasn't going to put mayonnaise in it at all? Of course not. We're going to use a little mayonnaise, but we're heavier on the Greek yogurt for sure. But we do, you know, we're Southern kitchens, y'all. We got to have a little mayo in here. So I'm not going to do a ton. You could do kind of equal parts. It's really up to you. You could do 3/4 of a cup of one and 3/4 of a cup of another. I need to get a better spoon. Or you could go heavier on the Greek yogurt, you know, lighter on the mayo. It's really up to you. I'm going to put just enough mayonnaise in here to give it the flavor, but we're still heavy on the Greek yogurt. Gotta have mayonnaise. And y'all, I've said it before, mayonnaise is mayonnaise. Salad dressing is not mayonnaise. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so we've got our little cream mixture started. I almost knocked this off the counter just a minute ago. But what I have here is a champagne wine vinegar, or you could find like a white wine vinegar. This is so sweet and good. I get this at Harps. It is so good, y'all. I mean, it smells so good. It's like you know, vinegar just has that tang that just kind of gives your food a little something. Well, this champagne wine vinegar, it is a little bit sweet. Oh, it's so delicious. And I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of that. You could use a regular, like a white wine vinegar for this if you would want. You know, and you would probably also even use like I love a rice vinegar. I've put that in salad dressings before as well. And you could do that one. That one's really easy to find. Or apple cider vinegar. I love apple cider vinegar. So if you can find champagne vinegar, get it. If you can't, then you can always substitute. Okay, here's where we're putting in our sweet. Couple of tablespoons of honey. You can go more on this if you would like. My husband actually likes a salad dressing a little bit sweeter than I do. So he generally will ask me to kind of put a little bit more of the honey inside. And sometimes I do, just because I love him and I'm nice to him. Okay, I'm getting this kind of incorporated a little bit in our bowl. And then we're going to add in a little bit more flavor by adding a little squirt of Dijon mustard. Again, to flavor, you kind of need to taste as you go on this. Oh, there we go. Nice and incorporated. Tangy. So a little bit of Dijon mustard. I don't want a ton of a mustardy flavor in my chicken salad. I really like the flavor of more of this cream and the vinegar flavor. But, you know, if you like a little bit more, then you can certainly add it. I'm only doing about a teaspoon or so, okay? And then poppy seeds. We're gonna put a couple of, like about a teaspoon or so of poppy seeds in here. You can leave it out. I love the way that those little seeds look in this dressing. And it just has that little tiny bite that's kind of good. You know that flavor of poppy seed? Has a little tiny bit of like, almost to me feels a little citrusy. Okay, here we go. We're gonna stir, 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 and then we're gonna taste, and we're gonna see if there's anything else that we need to add to it or anything more. You know, you just kind of want to taste, especially in a dressing like this. Ew, it's pretty. Don't you love the poppy seeds, the way that they look? I love them too. I think they're so pretty. You don't want to go take a drug test anytime soon after you eat this, because what if it shows up? Wouldn't that be terrible? It's good. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit more honey. And then I'm going to whisk this in. When we come back, I'm going to check on our chicken that we've actually had kind of slow boiling some chicken breasts on the stove. We're going to pull that and get chopping on all of the good things that go in our salad. This is Cooking Today.
Cooking Today, sponsored by West Rock Coffee Company.
Hi, welcome back. We're making lemony poppyseed chicken salad today. And I have actually cooked 3 chicken breasts on the stovetop in really, really salted water. And you know my tip for boiling chicken so that it's tender and not rubbery is to get a really, really high boil in really salted water. And I mean really well salted, not like a teaspoon, but like several, like plenty. The nice salted water just really tenderizes the chicken, and it adds a little bit of flavor. I mean, chicken doesn't have a lot of flavor on its own. So that salt just kind of gets in there and gives it some, you know, something to taste. And so I've boiled that on high for a couple of minutes and then turned it down to a low simmer with the lid on and just let it continue to cook nice and slow. It takes about 20 minutes or so altogether. So we've got those out, and I'm going to let them cool a minute so that I can pull them. I've whisked together my ingredients for my yummy poppy seed sauce for the chicken salad that has Greek yogurt, mayonnaise, and that yummy champagne vinegar, Dijon mustard. And I'm just going to zest. I have a really especially gigantic lemon today. Generally, I would say just zest a lemon, you know, like a small lemon. But these are like big boys. So I'm not going to zest the whole entire thing. But I've just used my microplane zester just to go around the outside of the lemon. You know, you don't want to go in the same spot a couple of times because you really just want to get that yellow that's right, that glossy part that's right on the outside of the lemon. That's the zest. Once you go, you know, once you pull that off and you go another time over where it's kind of matte and it's not shiny anymore, you're getting into the pith, and that's the part that's actually bitter. So you just want to go over each spot one time and get the good lemony zest, and that just adds some good zing in here. Okay. And so I am going to just take, because I've got it, my little teaspoon and mix that in. And that is so pretty, that lemon zest in there with that poppy seed. It is so fresh and bright. Feels like spring. This is a great recipe, y'all. It's kind of like brunch season around here, you know, like showers and graduation parties and all those things. Mother's Day's coming up. All those kinds of things are going on. And so this is a great recipe. You can make it the night before, make little bitty chicken salad sandwiches. You can not put it on bread and just serve it on like pretty pieces of lettuce, like a little lettuce boat or beside, you know, beside some greens. Whatever, it's a great recipe for this time of year for sure. I'm going to save this lemon because we're going to use it in a little bit to make a really yummy fruit dip. Okay, so our sauce is sitting. You could actually make that ahead of time and then just cover it in saran and refrigerate it if you wanted to and just wait. Okay, so see how tender, sorry, making a little hole for you. See how tender this chicken is? I mean, I really am not even cutting. I'm not giving it a big old bunch of elbow grease. I'm just kind of getting it going. And it just really kind of shreds It's so good this way, y'all. I have, in a pinch, used a rotisserie chicken, you know, at the deli. It is super convenient, so easy to substitute in if you're in a hurry and you don't have time to boil these chicken breasts. It's especially salty, which is delicious when you're eating it on its own. But if you're putting it in this, you know, you just might kind of balance your salt a little bit. Just kind of watch your salt. You don't want this to be super salty. We want it to kind of be tangy and fresh and whatever. But we will never turn our nose up to a rotisserie chicken as a shortcut. It is always a nice option. So I'm just cleaning these little bits off, you know, the parts that don't look awesome, like we want to eat them or chew on them. You can do this beforehand if you would like. Kind of trim your chicken up. You can do this with tenders, which cook in no time, you know that. See how easy that just tears apart? So good. This is the same way that I make the chicken when we do chicken enchiladas. Have y'all made chicken enchiladas yet? I know some of y'all have because y'all put it on our Facebook page. It's a good one. As a matter of fact, somebody stopped me at church on Sunday and said, holy smokes, I made the chicken enchiladas. I said, I know. You pour heavy cream on anything and it's good, y'all. That is the truth. Okay, so we're on our last chicken breast. Now let me tell you, you kind of can eyeball this. Some people like their chicken salad really saucy, and some people like it with a little less sauce on it and a little bit chunkier. That is absolutely up to you. It's your kitchen and you're serving it and eating it. And so you can kind of eyeball this. We have measurements suggested for you, of course, but you can adjust this. So there's a really good chance that I may shred 3 chicken breasts, but I may only use 2. I may use 2.5. It just kind of depends on, you know, kind of what else I've got going on. Or if I need to feed a crowd, I might use, you know, all 3 of them and then add a little extra sauce or mix up a little more. That's up to you. Okay. We've got this shredded. Our sauce has now sat with our yummy zest in it. I'm going to actually put this on a plate and let it cool. We don't want it to be hot. And we're going to get chopping. This is Cooking Today.
Iced tea, sponsored by Lipton.
Hi, welcome back. We're just about to wrap up chicken salad. Not just any chicken salad, but a really good lemony poppyseed chicken salad. I love lemon poppy seed together all the time. Have a good little bread. Maybe we'll make that sometime soon. Okay, let me tell you what we've got going on. We are letting our boiled, cooked, salty chicken, so tender, we've shredded it. We're letting it cool just on a plate. We made that delicious dressing that's going to go on our chicken salad. We did that at the beginning, and we have let it kind of mash and sit for about 30 minutes or so. It's kind of about how long you want that. Just the flavors to kind of marry and everything to taste really, really good. And then I have cut up, I don't know, probably a cup or so of really yummy red seedless grapes. You can use green grapes if you would like, but we have other green things going in this, so I really love the red. And they're really, really sweet. You can do as much or as little of all these things that you would like. If you love it super sweet, then do a ton of those grapes. Easy as that. You could quarter them if you wanted to spend the time on them to get smaller bites. And then onions, if you don't want these onions, I'm just doing the green parts. If you don't want onions in it, then don't put them in there. If you want to add water chestnuts are so good in chicken salad. I am putting halved pecans in my chicken salad. But if you want to do almonds, if you want to do pistachios, you can just do whatever. This is your salad. This is the way I like to make mine. Okay, so I just chopped like the green parts of 3 green onions for just a little bit of that good onion flavor in there, and put it in there with my grapes. And now I'm going to do a couple of stalks of celery. Let's do 2. I've got 2 pretty good long ones right there. Okay, and so I just like to get mine kind of a nice equal place where they, you know, kind of start equal and end equal. So I kind of make a nice even start and stop. And I've already washed this. And then after I have these big 2 long stalks, I'll just cut them in half so that they're just a little bit more manageable. And then I take my knife and go right down through the middle of each of these long stalks. I love celery. Celery and onions always make me think of this casserole that my sister-in-law Nancy makes at Thanksgiving. I mean, I cannot wait for fall. Do you even know how much we're going to eat around that time? So good. Celery and onions. Oh. All the good things in fall start with celery and onions, don't they? Okay, we've got our little sections cut. And then I'm just making some really skinny pieces, little tiny chops. I don't just love a big, huge bite of celery. I like these little bitty, thin kind of U shapes, these little C shapes. I do love the taste of celery in the chicken salad. I do love the bite, the flavor that it gives, but I just don't love to just chomp down on a piece of celery. Sorry, celery people. Okay, so there's 1/2 of those. I'm just gonna scrape those in here. Isn't this little food chopper really neat, this little scraper? I have these at Mayonnaise. I just don't even know how you live without one. Okay, so we're gonna do this little set. And we're almost finished. Isn't that super easy? The chicken, the sauce, we just stirred up super fast. These little easy vegetables and easy chops. This is a great thing to just do in the kitchen with somebody. If you've got somebody who's a little bit older and can use a knife, it's so fun to let your kids in here and let them, teenagers maybe, not littles, but give them a little knife and let them, you know, do some of the chopping and working in the kitchen together. Since there's a lot of chopping to go around. Okay, we have grapes, 3 green onions, the green parts chopped, and then the celery. And I think we're good on our veggies. The last thing I'm gonna add are some just halved pecans. If you wanted to do some like chopped pecans, you could, and if you wanted to put these on the counter and chop them, you could. But I'm just gonna do them, you know, in their big old halves. Okay, here's our little base. Pretty classic, right? So we're gonna put in our chicken and give it a stir. And like I said, I'm gonna kind of eyeball it and see. You know, if I feel like I'm getting too much chicken compared to what I've got, you know, in the veggies and all the fixins and the good stuff, then I'm gonna hold back on the chicken. But I think because those chicken breasts were just the right size, I think we're good. We're gonna sauce it, and we're gonna sauce it and taste it. Sauce it and taste it, because we wanna be sure that we don't need to add salt and pepper, or that we might wanna stir in a little bit of honey. I mean, you just kinda never know. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little toss. And y'all, I have the most beautiful croissants from the Harp's Bakery. The big ones, you know, the ones that are almost like plate-sized. We're gonna have those and load them up. Okay, I'm gonna pour some, maybe a little bit more than half of this dressing on this chicken salad. We're gonna toss it and see how it looks. If I wanna add a little more, we're gonna add a little more. I'm gonna load up that croissant with this. When we come back, I'm gonna show you a really easy little fruit dip to make with the rest of this leftover Greek yogurt. This is Cooking Today. Hi, we're back. I'm shaking my vanilla. I'm about to show y'all the most delicious little fruit dip to use with, we have about a cup or so left of this Greek yogurt. And so what better way on our pretty plate that's all springy and fresh and delicious, what better way to use it than for like a fruit dip? Look at our pretty plate. I halved our pretty big, giant, beautiful croissant and just loaded it with that beautiful chicken salad, y'all. It tasted so good. I did a little taste and I added a little bit of salt and pepper to it just at the end. It's perfection and delicious. And then I love to serve this chicken salad with a little snap pea right on the side. You see that little snap pea? And then all I'm gonna do is take, I juiced a lemon. I'm gonna put the rest of this Greek yogurt in the bowl. A little bit of really good vanilla and some brown sugar. Oh, I just love it so. Whisk it up and then put it with our pretty strawberries and blueberries right there in that bowl. You can put them right on top of your berries. And it's a great way to use that other part of your Greek yogurt that was left. And what a pretty dish. Isn't this beautiful? Doesn't this just feel like spring and bridal showers and Mom's Day? And I just really love it. Okay, gonna give this a little whisk. The color is so pretty. It's a little bit sweet, a little zesty, a little tangy. And then the vanilla in it, y'all. Ugh, it's delicious on these strawberries and blueberries. Okay, pretty little dish. Beautiful chicken salad with a yummy little fresh spin on a regular old salad dressing or dressing to go on the side. This is Cooking Today.
Cooking Today, sponsored by West Rock Coffee Company. Kitchenware is provided by mayonnaise. Groceries provided by Harps, hometown fresh.